Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHONJ couldn't survive a RHONY-style reboot. The Real Housewives of New Jersey, as we know it, is probably over. Andy Cohen and various cast members have been vocal about the long-running reality series changing the cast ahead of season 15. For the first time since the show debuted, Teresa Giudice may be given the pink. Like many of her cast members, Teresa has been toxic, a term that producers and Bravo want to distance themselves from as the show heads into its next iteration. While shows like The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and The Real Housewives of Orange County have featured fractured cast dynamics, they don't come close to what happened with RHONJ season 14. As a result, there have even been calls for RHONJ to get a The Real Housewives of New York-style reboot. While RHONY needed to switch things up, firing the entire cast and bringing in a new group of women has sent the ratings to worrying levels, signaling that a revamp with some original stars may have been a better idea. If Bravo and producers decide to reboot RHONJ, the numbers would similarly falter because many fans have watched these women for years and are actually invested in their storylines. RHONJ season 14 wasn't bad. It featured plenty of drama and kept viewers debating the biggest developments all season. The issues stem from how toxic it is. For that reason alone, producers should be looking to refresh the cast with fun and vibrant personalities, instead of omitting the entirety of season 14's cast. Losing Jennifer Aydin, Danielle Cabral, Melissa Gorga, and Margaret Josephs wouldn't be the worst thing that could happen because it would force the rest of the ladies to work together and form actual bonds with a new crop of ladies. Reports have surfaced that producers are on the hunt for a non-toxic new friend group. It seems the only way forward is to recruit 3 or 4 new full-time housewives. Love or hate her, Dolores Catania will film with anyone, as evidenced by how many times she's played Switzerland in arguments over the years. Firing the entire RHONJ cast would alienate viewers who wouldn't be interested in watching a brand new group of ladies, meaning the show wouldn't stand the test of time. The beauty of RHONJ is that the cast is connected because they run in the same circles. Finding a new group that is not connected to any of the current cast in some capacity would be a logistical nightmare. The show's biggest hurdle would be losing Teresa because the series has followed every aspect of her life since 2009. There's a good chance many viewers tune in for Teresa because they've watched her journey for so long and want to see it through to the finish line. Contrary to popular belief, Teresa has a good relationship with NBC Universal, or she wouldn't be appearing on House of Villains Season 2. All signs point to the show getting a revamp, with Teresa continuing as an original for her 15th season. Dolores should also be around for it, but the rest of the cast is up for debate. The Real Housewives of New Jersey, RHONJ, has built a unique identity over its many seasons, fueled by family feuds, deep-rooted loyalty, and the explosive personalities that have made it a fan favorite. But if you've been keeping up with The Real Housewives of New York, RHONY, you'll notice that their drastic season 14 reboot, which replaced the original cast with an entirely new group of women, was met with mixed reactions. While RHONY's new approach focuses on a more diverse and fresh perspective, it's hard to imagine the same kind of reboot working for RHONJ. Here's why RHONJ couldn't survive a RHONY-style reboot. 1. The family dynamic is the heartbeat of RHONJ. One of the key elements that has always set The Real Housewives of New Jersey apart from its sister franchises is its family dynamic. At the core of the show are the Gorgas, the Giudices, and a web of extended family members whose deep ties and unresolved conflicts fuel much of the drama. The tension between Teresa Giudice and her brother Joe Gorga, along with his wife Melissa Gorga, has been the emotional backbone of the show for years. These familial ties run so deep that even the smaller storylines somehow circle back to them. In contrast, RHONY's Reboot was able to introduce a new group of women because, at its heart, the show was never built on the same kind of familial foundation. RHONJ's family feuds offer an emotional depth and realness that viewers have become attached to over the years. Replacing these families with unrelated cast members would rip out the essence of the show, leaving it feeling hollow and inauthentic. Fans wouldn't be tuning in for the drama between a new set of women. They tune in to see how family bonds are tested, healed, or broken. 2. Loyalty and betrayal are embedded in its DNA. In RHONJ, loyalty isn't just a theme, it's practically a character in the show. Whether it's Teresa's infamous prostitution whore moment directed at Danielle Staub, or the ongoing fractures between Dolores Catania and Jackie Goldschneider, the show's most explosive moments are usually about perceived betrayals. Fans are deeply invested in these long-standing friendships and alliances. The beauty of RHONJ is in its continuity. You know that any slight could lead to years of bitter animosity, and the wounds of betrayal run deep. The RHONY-Style reboot would undo all the intricate alliances and rivalries that have been building for years. RHONJ thrives on its history, whether it's Jacqueline Lorita flipping on Teresa, or the ever-evolving dynamics between the cast. Viewers tune in because they're invested in these long-standing relationships. Replacing the cast would mean wiping the slate clean, and that history would be lost. In a show so deeply rooted in loyalty and betrayal, the reboot would feel like a betrayal to the fans themselves. 3. Teresa Giudice is the face of the franchise. Let's be honest, Teresa Giudice is RHONJ. From flipping the table in Season 1 to her widely publicized legal battles and subsequent prison stint, Teresa has carried the show on her back. She's not just a housewife on RHONJ, she is the housewife. Her personal journey from her strained relationship with her brother to her struggles as a single mother has been the most compelling storyline throughout the show's run. While RHONY was able to introduce a completely new group of women, RHONJ without Teresa would be unimaginable. Fans have followed Teresa's story for over a decade, and any attempt to reboot the show without her would alienate the core audience. Teresa's popularity and iconic status make it nearly impossible to replace her without the show feeling like an entirely different entity. RHONY's reboot worked in part because the original cast had grown stale, with the last few seasons being criticized for lackluster drama and forced interactions. But in RHONJ, Teresa remains a lightning rod for controversy, drama, and heart-wrenching family moments. A RHONY-style reboot without her wouldn't just be a reboot, it would be a disaster. 4. The cultural identity of RHONJ. Another reason RHONJ stands out from other Real Housewives franchises is its strong cultural identity. The show is deeply tied to New Jersey's Italian-American culture, which influences everything from the cast's family values to their epic Sunday dinners. The show's cast members share a sense of cultural pride, and the New Jersey setting is as much a part of the show as the women themselves. A reboot could dilute that cultural identity by introducing a cast that doesn't share the same background or lifestyle. While RHONY's reboots succeeded by showcasing a more diverse cast, RHONJ's specific focus on New Jersey's tight-knit communities and the pride these women take in their cultural heritage would be difficult to replicate with newcomers. The audience has come to expect certain customs, values, and drama that are intrinsic to the Italian-American experience as portrayed in RHONJ. Messing with that formula could alienate its loyal fan base. 5. The drama has consequences. Unlike other franchises where drama feels more superficial or fleeting, the feuds on RHONJ often have real, long-lasting consequences. This is because the drama typically involves family members or close friends who can't just walk away from each other. The stakes are higher on RHONJ because of the cast's deep connections. When Teresa and Joe Gorga fight, it's not just reality TV drama. It's something that affects their family gatherings, their children, and their relationships with other cast members. A reboot with fresh faces would lack that gravitas. New cast members wouldn't have the same emotional investment in each other, and their drama would likely feel more surface level. One of the reasons RHONJ has lasted for so long is that the drama feels real. It's not just a one-off argument over dinner. It's a betrayal that could last for seasons, and fans are there for every second of it. A reboot would lack that sense of emotional continuity. 6. Loyal fan base. RHONJ has one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in the entire Real Housewives franchise. Fans have been watching these women for over a decade, and they've grown emotionally attached to their stories. Whether it's Teresa's legal battles, Margaret Joseph's business ventures, or Melissa's ongoing tensions with her sister-in-law, viewers feel invested in these women's lives. A RHONY-style reboot would likely lose a significant portion of this loyal fan base, as many viewers would find it hard to connect with an entirely new cast. In short, RHONJ is more than just a reality show. It's an institution, and its success hinges on its deep roots in family, loyalty, and cultural identity. A RHONY-style reboot would sever those roots, leaving the show a shell of its former self. While a reboot worked for RHONY, it's hard to imagine RHONJ surviving such a drastic transformation. Fans don't just want to see new faces, they want to see the same faces, fighting, loving, and living in the way only the Real Housewives of New Jersey can.